Hi guys, welcome back to Automobile Infos. Today we are going to see the various regen levels that come in the Mahindra Born Electrics. Well, most of you know about L1, L2, L3, L0, but did you know that it also gets an auto regeneration mode and it also gets one pedal drive that you can activate from here. Using these regen levels appropriately is how you can get the most range out of your car, no matter the weather, no matter the traffic conditions. It all depends on how you drive. If I come into D here and I try to switch the region levels, so if I come into region here and you can see that right now the car is at a standstill, so I can actually change the region levels while pressing the brake. So right now, as you can see that I'm driving, and now if I press the brake slightly and try to change the regen, it will say that regeneration level change conditions not met. Now, why this happens is because one is the brake that you're applying with your pedal, and one is the regenerative braking. So when your car is in motion and you're pressing the brake, the car does not know when to switch to regen braking or it should stick to your original, the brake pedal. So that is why you can only change the regen levels when you're at a standstill while pressing the brake, like I can do right now. Or what you can do is while you're driving, when you're pressing the accelerator or your foot is on neither pedal, so it should not be on the brake at all, then it won't let you switch if you at a slightly higher speed, say above 20 kilometers per hour or 10 kilometers per hour. If I'm at 7 and I press the brake slightly, it actually does let me change because below 7 the regen braking doesn't work anyways. So anyways, you see L1, then you can press the plus here, L2, L3. L1 will give you a kind of a feel of an ice car, but it's not exactly like that. So L1 is the least amount of regen before L0. So what L0 does is that it lets your car glide. So it won't apply any brakes on its own. Where should you use L0? You should use L0 on the highway where there are straight patches of road that do not have too much of an incline or a decline. So that way you can just get your car up to 80 kilometers per hour, say, and then because it is L0, you let go of the accelerator and your car will keep going at 80 kilometers per hour until there's a disturbance in height or you brake manually. L1 is also for the highways. So what L1 does is it's closer to an ice car, as I said. So L0 will slightly apply the brakes. It isn't as sharp, it isn't as quick, but it still applies some brakes. So if there is very light traffic in the city, like there is right now, you can use L1. What I use mostly is L2 because I find it to be the perfect balance. What L2 does is that the braking is slightly stronger and L3 has the strongest braking. So L3 you should use in the traffic, or in the traffic you can also use one pedal drive. So you can activate it from here. And now what one pedal drive does is, now you see I let go of the brake, but my car is not moving ahead because the one pedal drive is on. So now when I press the accelerator and I let go of the accelerator, the car comes to a standstill. But the thing with one pedal drive is that the braking is very sharp. So it takes a lot of time to actually get used to it. I haven't been able to get used to this. I've tried it a couple of times, but I just find the braking to be really sharp. So in order to avoid the braking from being really sharp, you have to let go of the accelerator really very slowly. But even then, it's pretty sharp. I don't like this that much. A lot of people do seem to use it, and if you can get the hang of this, then it's pretty good. You get really good efficiency in traffic. I use L2 in city driving. It doesn't matter if there's traffic or if it's a road like this. Next, you also have the auto regen mode. So in order to get to the auto regen, so I just turned one pedal drive off by clicking here. You can also just click this again and one pedal drive will be off, as you can see there. So now in order to get to auto regen, you go to L1 and then you press the minus button for a couple of seconds, and and then you let it go. So here it comes to auto regen mode. Now what the auto regen mode does is that it actually uses the ADAS sensors to see if there's a vehicle in front of you and then it brakes. Again, many people use it, but I find the braking to be really very intense. So there is a chance of getting rear-ended, and I would hate that. So I don't use auto regen because it is unpredictable. The ADAS sensors sometimes work, they sometimes don't. The ADAS in itself is superb, it's reliable. But with the auto regen, sometimes the sensors can't figure out when to brake and how harsh to brake. So that is kind of an issue. I will also try to show you the auto regen. So right now there's no one behind me. And if I try to follow that Creta, so now you can see that the road is empty and I'm actually driving. So if I'm at this speed and I won't collide with any other car, so when I let go, the regen won't be as intense because it knows that there is no car in front. But if I get close to this car and now I let go, now it'll harsh. Now the braking is really harsh, as you can see. It obviously doesn't detect bumps. But this is the auto regen basically. So the ADAS sensors are seeing if the road in front is clear. Now if I get really close and then I let go of the accelerator, you can see that the braking is harsh and the regen is also more. This is the auto regen. I don't use this because it's just unpredictable. Although it's super useful if you can get used to it, then this is one regen level that will work everywhere for you. This doesn't get your speed up till 0 as far as I know. I'll still confirm this fact once and pin it down in the comments. Now here is a hidden regen feature that I don't think most people know. So, oh, XCV9S. So now if you see, now my foot is on the accelerator. This is the regen plus button. Now if I hold this, you can see that my car regens. So the plus button actually regen, so you actually kind of have a brake in your hand. So you see that if I let go of the accelerator, now the regen is at 20 or whatever percent. I'll try to show this to you clearly. So here, now you see my speed is 31. I'm just lightly pressing the accelerator, so power used is 0. Now if I keep this button pressed, you see if I keep this button pressed, the car is applying brakes. I am not applying them, my foot is still on the accelerator. So using this, you can actually use the regen as a hand brake. So it's, you like have a brake pedal in your hand. So you keep this pressed and the car can come down to 0. But remember that when you let this go, the car won't. So remember, when you let this go at 0, the car won't start moving by itself. You'll have to press the accelerator slightly and then it will go up to 7. So this is a feature that most of the EV owners didn't know. I actually saw this in Gagan sir's video that he posted a few days ago, the one in which he did the XCV9E trip. So that's where I learned, and this feature was very famous in the Creta because it made regen way more efficient. And this is super useful if you can get used to it. Now if I let go of the accelerator and then keep this pressed, the braking is harsh. But if I press the accelerator slightly side by side and then press this, then the braking is very smooth and it's not that intense either. So this is actually really awesome. But if you'll see now, like I'm pressing the accelerator but power is 0, only then this brake works. If I'm using power, then the regen won't happen, right? I hope that makes sense. And alternatively, you can also use the plus button here to brake, using, like I'm using the plus button here, you can use this plus button as well to regen brake. So guys, these were all the regen features explained, all the regen levels basically. Let me know if this video was helpful, and if you'd like to see more content of this type, comment down below what video you want next and I'll be really happy to film it. Subscribe to Automobile Infos because this type of content is, I feel, really helpful for new EV owners who are switching from an ICE car. Please like the video, share it and tell me your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe and have a happy journey.